cast of Django Unchained sat down with BlackTree TV today in the Big Apple, NYC, to talk about their Oscar-buzzing and a bit of a controversial film. We've got the exclusive cast interviews coming up right here for all you film lovers out there. Check it out.
Christoph Waltz, I love the way you perform your craft. I always like to see you on screen and will continue to
I
follow
love the
you.
way you put it, to perform my craft, because that's exactly how I look at it.
Right, right. One great thing about this movie and the character that you played in this movie is that he has this different sensibility about slavery. And I know you being from Austria, I'm curious, what is your sensibilities in general compared to the Americans' outlook?
Well, I think it's profoundly different. Austria has never had slavery. Never in its history, which is considerably longer than the history of the United States of America.
Right.
But there's racism. Like, there are ignorant people everywhere, and ignorance breeds racism, or racism is bred by ignorance.
Right.
Ignorance does not necessarily breed racism, but racism is always bred by ignorance.
Right.
So we learned about slavery in school because we learned history, and part of the history of the world is the history of the United States, and slavery as a concept was something, like you read about enslavement in the Bible. You read, you hear, you see them in opera. Aida. They come home and from the war, and they bring slaves, but that's about it.
Right.
Slavery is not doesn't have any context in our collective unconscious or subconscious, so to say. So when I read the script, it was pretty obvious that I don't really know.
Right.
And I have nothing to add to that discussion, so I have to find out.
Right.
Yet the character was pretty congruent with that view of the world. When we see in Austria, footage from the 60s, from the civil rights movement, and we're completely nonplussed and perplexed.
Yeah.
Because we have prejudice and racism and stuff like that, yet we don't deny civil rights to anyone.
Right.
That thankfully ended in 1945, and it was a short period.
Right.
So slavery is a concept that is unfathomable to us, and that's why I stay out of the discussion, because I have nothing, apart from the fact that I feel I have no right, but I don't have anything to add. This was constituting this society.
Right.
And it is to this day, in a way, I have to say, to my amazement, from all sides, by the way, from all sides.
Yeah.
And it's something that is so intricate and so woven into the social fiber that is beyond my scope. Right. Completely.
I just love the bravery of Quentin to tackle this.
I totally agree.
And for your character, I just think that y'all speak well together. I know it's on the script, but it seems like you bring out the script greatly. So I think y'all a great team. I would love to see y'all do.
Well, thank you. I'm in a way voicing my conviction through Quentin's words.
Django! I love when he does it.